In this video, I'm going to share with you 7 tips to stop being addicted to your phone, all right? This is a massive problem in the world. In fact, 78% of the world population has a smartphone. That's 6.6 billion people. And the average American spends 5.4 hours per day on their smartphone device. And it's actually causing major problems in our society. Depression is going up, suicides are going up, and connection is going down. In a world where we're more connected than ever, we're actually more disconnected than ever, okay? And the reason why is because most of us are addicted to our smartphones. And I'm also in that group of people that are addicted to their smartphones. But what I've managed to do in my life is implement these 7 steps I'm going to share with you to actually decrease the amount of addiction I have to my device. Okay, so I'm going to share them with you right now. So first things first is no phone in the morning. Okay, that's a big thing that I implemented that really helps me to use my device less. Okay, because before I would wake up and literally just roll over at my bedside table and pick up my phone. Okay, and that was costing me not only a lot of time, but I was starting my day being reactive to what's happening instead of being proactive. Okay. And that's a big thing, is no phone in the morning. Instead, I go and meditate for 10 minutes. That's literally the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning, okay? Because I want to control my day. I want to be, the one in charge of my day, not the other way around. I don't want to let my phone boss me about. So number 2 is turning all notifications off. This is a big one. This is something that I used to have the opposite of. I used to have all notifications on for every single social media app, emails, everything. It was just like, brrr, like every single minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, there was something going on my phone. And what that does is it actually starves you of the most important tool we have, which is our focus and our concentration. So for me, what happened was I would be working and all of a sudden, Twitter, notification, Facebook, WhatsApp, and it's like, that takes me out of my flow state for my work. So I was actually getting way less work done because I had my phone next to my laptop as I was working and I had notifications on. Okay, so this is another way to, decrease the amount of addiction you have to your phone, is to turn your notifications off. Like, is it really that important? Like, is it really that urgent? For me, the answer was no. Like, if someone really needs me, they're gonna call me, okay? And that I'll see that because that's gonna pop up on my phone. But if it's not immediately urgent, then I don't need to be seeing all these notifications. I just turn them off. So that's number 2. Number 3 is to stop scrolling the newsfeed, like Instagram and Facebook, even YouTube as well. Like, stop scrolling the homepage. That's literally killing so much time, and it's increasing the amount of time you're spending on your device. And that's something that I don't do anymore. I don't scroll. Maybe I'll look at a couple stories of people that I like, but that's about it. I don't scroll my newsfeed. I don't scroll Instagram. That's literally like, why you? I don't understand why I was doing that. Maybe you can figure that out for yourself, but for me, I just don't see the point in it, right? It's literally pointless. You got to ask yourself these questions like, why am I scrolling the newsfeed? Like, what am I hoping to get? Okay, and if you're literally on Instagram for studying purposes and that's how you learn and intake information, that's perfectly okay. But if you're not, then you got to ask yourself these questions. Number 4 is to batch send text messages and emails. This was a big tip that I learned recently, which is, instead of like replying to a DM here and there, like set a time in your day where you're going to do that and just reply to all the people that have DM'd you, for example, or all the people that have emailed you, and set one time to do that task rather than doing it all the way throughout the day, because that's taking your energy and you're basically distracting yourself doing things that are not really that urgent or important. Maybe they're important, but they're not urgent. And you can just batch them all in one time and just get that all handled like a task. And then number 6 is to buy a watch. I'm not wearing a watch right now. Or to buy a clock. So you can have a clock in your house, like I do, where you can just look at the time. Instead of checking your phone for the time, you can look at the clock, okay? So wherever I go, like for example, when I'm at a gym, the clock's there. When I'm at my house, the clock's there. So I rarely need to buy a watch. But if you're out and about all the time, wear a watch instead of, checking your phone for the time, because you check your phone for the time and then, you open your phone and you go on an app and then all of a sudden you spent an hour on your phone. It's kind of like with the notifications. Like, you have a notification for a DM and you see it, you open the DM, on Instagram, and then you go to a person's profile, and then you see who they're following, you click on that, all of a sudden you spend an hour going down the rabbit hole, and you're like, what the hell? Like, how the hell did I get here? Like, I'm just wasting time, literally, on Instagram for no reason. So number 6 is to use your laptop more. So that's something that I've been doing, is using my laptop way more than my phone. So for example, on Facebook, I just use it for Messenger. That's all I use it for. So I don't need to be going on Facebook Newsfeed and scrolling, you know. And YouTube, I have NF YouTube. So it's basically an app that basically deletes the homepage on YouTube and deletes the suggested videos. So then now I can focus without being distracted by all these other great videos on YouTube, because YouTube is a great platform, as you can see. Make friends in the real world. This is a big one, right? Most people, we're so connected online and we think we're having deep connections, but actually we're not. We're having superficial connections on the internet most of the time, because we're just sending emojis to someone, and it's all very superficial. We don't really know these people apart from the content they're sharing. Like, we don't actually know them as humans. So to make those deep, real connections, it's best to make them offline, and that's a great way to improve the communication you have with people, the connection you have with people, and also to decrease the amount of screen time. These are all the things that I do in my life, so just bear that in mind. And then the last thing is the biggest thing that you can do, which is to do a 1-week phone detox. And this is something that I've done myself. And when I did it, for the first 2 days, I had major withdrawals. Like, it was like an itch. It was like a constant itch to like try and go in my pocket, but realized that my phone wasn't there. And so what I did is I just locked my phone in the cupboard, in the wardrobe. And then for 1 week, it was really painful, but I had to do it. And I didn't access my phone for a whole week. So how did I access my emails? How did I access my WhatsApp, all these apps that I use? Well, everyone that I usually talk to on WhatsApp, I told them that I'm not going to be talking to them for a week. If they want to reach me, they can message me on Instagram, because I can check that on my laptop, or they can message me on Facebook, and we can arrange meetings or whatever. And it was actually really nice. After the first couple of days, it was bliss. It was just super chill. I was super relaxed. And I loved it, really enjoyed it. It was time away from my phone makes me more happier. So this is another thing about, you know, how to genuinely be happy, is spend less time on your phone. So that is the lessons that I learned from that. And it's like, I realized that I don't actually need to be on my phone that much as I am. Like, the fact that I'm on my phone way too much is an alarm bell ringing that I'm not having that much deep connection in my life. So then I realized, okay, that's something I need to work on. So now I have these deep connections. So rather than just scrolling endlessly on my phone, I can actually go and meet one of my friends in real life and have a real conversation. And that's, I think, what's needed in this society, is we need to be connecting deeper with each other instead of just sending emojis online. That's cool, but there's another level deeper than that, and that's what people are craving for. So I hope you found these tips helpful, and I hope you implement these 7 things. So just to recap: no phone in the morning, no scrolling news feeds, turn off notifications, batch send text messages and DMs and emails, buy a watch or get a clock, use your laptop more, make friends in the real world, and 1 week phone detox if you can handle it. All right, and I'll talk to you in the next one. All the links to the good stuff's in the description, and I'll see you soon.